showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. I'm excited. It's another Saturday. It's Slabber Day. It's Only Slabs. With me, of course, enjoying some warmth, Chris the Comic Vet. How the hell are you, sir?
Great. I'm great.
Of course, I use warmth liberally, but as a comparative to where you were.
Perspective is everything.
Exactly. Because this gentleman was telling us that, no, you guys are cold because it's warm here.
Very warm.
We might be warm. What he has is
downright hot. We're just not cold. Maybe that's what we should say. We're not cold.
And he isn't.
But you know what else is hot besides Dave in Australia? This show. This show is hot. So let's get cranking. We'll come back to you, Dave, in a second. We do have to say hello to the chat. But before we do that, I actually want to call something out. As I was prepping for this show, I was doing my usual stuff where I update the channel membership. And I found some interesting channel member stats. And I really want to call out as well, be thanking the channel members as we always do in the show. How much I really love this community, has embraced this show, this channel. Of course, all the channel membership here, everything that we do goes to support Comics Curing Cancer. All those ads, the membership, the merch, the super chats throughout the show, everything. So great that you guys do that. So right now, we have 69 channel members. Of those channel members, 27.5%, 19 of them are OGs. They have been here since day one with us nonstop, ride or die. Actual Dracula, Beckerman, Comic Ozzy, Dale of Suspense, Digger Jim 720, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot, Flo Dameron, Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, Jack B Comics, Justin Birch Letters, Legion of Comics, Marty Alechko, Sector 2815, Stephen C, Circumstances, the Comic Vet, Real James Willie, and Travis Vick. Regardless of what level, been here since day one. 27.5%. 37.6% of the channel members have been here for over 2 years, have been a channel member. 49 members, or 71%, have been a channel member for a full year. With another 6 are going to hit their 1 year mark this month, which will take us to 80% of the channel membership being here for so long. So guys, those of you who've been with us and contributing month after month to help support Comics Curing Cancer, I really thank you. Thank you immensely. Anybody who's not a channel member, maybe think about it. All right. With enough of that dilly-dallying, let's play Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Well, sitting up right front, there's 25 Perez through the mail, through that Hulk, and now we're going to see a slurry of stuff flexing that 26 months. There it is, Marty Alechko, happy Slabber Day from Canada, best giveaway box. Cliff on Comics, 12 months, remember. Let's get to slabbing. Robert Monroe Jr., happy Slabber Day. Jean Malot, happy Slabber Day. Mark, Legion of Comics, what's up, homies? Rich, Comic Cap Collectibles, good afternoon, Rob and Chris. Jean Malot, best giveaway box on YouTube. Yes, we'll be getting to that a little bit later on. Let's see. Jay knows the way. What's up, my little romper rumors? Slobbering for my not slabbering. Okay. Ooh, for a second there, we got holy Toledo. I'm like, I have the regular chat off. Yeah, I saw that too out of the corner of my eye. Jeez, we'll get there.
Dave, calm down, Dave. Calm down.
This Marty Alechko drops that first super chat, says cancer sucks. Let's get that donation ball rolling. Here you go, sir. Hail Crom! It's Slabber Day. I actually had the first appearance of Crom up on my wall, up above the top row. You guys can't see it, but let's see here. Who else we got to say hello to? Go Izzy. I've had a busy day, but I'm here for OnlySlabs. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you carving out a bit of time to join us here for that. Jay Knows Away drops that $5 super chat, says, let's try and break the record today, kids. Everyone chip in a $2 or $5 bill if you're able. Yes, thank you. We appreciate you that. And this one's for you.
That beautiful bean footage.
That's got the attention of the Southern Comic Geek as he comes peeking in here. Colossus Collectors, y'all got here early. Ronnie Johnson, G. Willikers, Batman. It's Slabber Day. Pow, bang, biff. Nice. Wellbore, hello to you, sir. Mad Spidey dropping in $7.99 Australian dollar super chat. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you very much, sir. This one is for you. Wayne Deacon, it's time, not time saving. Time is slab time. From hello to Mark and Mindy, slab it up. I don't get the reference, but Wayne Deacon, hello to you, sir. Bat Dan, evening all. Happy Slabber Day. Looking forward to seeing Dave's picks. Excellent. Heroes for Hire Comic Club dropping a $2 super chat. Give cancer a Stone Cold Stunner.
Hell yeah.
I wish I had one to give him, but I'll give you this.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Hello to I Have Comic Issues, Phil Aileen, fellow slabbers and followers, Brock Morgan, always watch on replay, first time joining us live. Well, thank you. I hope that you get some of that first time live luck when it comes to our giveaway box. We've had a couple first timers win recently. Brian LCS, hey all. Comic Mike, speak of a recent first time winner just last week. Picked that up. Good afternoon, everyone. JSS Brooklyn, good Saturday afternoon, all. Ronnie Johnson dropping a $2.98 super chat. Let's clobber cancer. What was it? What's a concert? Concert is a cancer of my mouth, apparently.
You know, I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
Stephen C., happy Slabber Day, Henchman and Goon Squad. The King of Nerds drops by to say, amazing work, guys. Thank you so much. This one here is for you.
Free refills with that?
Dr. Von Hoot says, Slabber Day, no school today. So what you gonna do? Well, that's a good question, but while you consider it, I'll give you this one.
Bet she gives great helmet.
Kiss me.
No.
Lord helmet, what? You need it on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
I love you guys. You guys are killing it. Son of a Bruce, hello all. Hello to you there, Chris, from Retro Rocket Comics. Colossus Collector, Dagger Comic Cards, 69 dudes. Indeed, 69. Can't wait to see Dave Old Saves Goodies. Let's see who else we gotta say hello to. Bo waking up early. Hey guys, how you doing? Let's see here. There you go. Comics Avalon. Happy Slabber Day, everyone. Sorry I'm late to the party. Well, you're really not. We were just still getting through the hellos. So thank you so much for that. Let's see here. Sector 2815. Hello, everybody. Mad Spidey dropping that 25 months. Sorry, I was a month late. It's all right. You were still part of the stats. Let's see here. Just a little podcast. What's up, all? Hello. Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you. Dead Man Comics Comic Cover Show drops a £2 super chat. Says, good evening, Slabber guys. Absolutely. And we'll go back to this one for you. Jean, I much prefer everybody smashes that thumbs up button, unless that's the Australian thumbs up button, which would be upside down. In which case, okay, fine. Let's see here. Nerdy Geek. Hello, Rob, Chris, and us Slapper Day. Absolutely. Taylor Winter, the king of all nerds, says hello to his subjects. Dave dropping that $100 super chat. Woo! Let's show some slabs. Well, we're trying to, Dave, but people keep dropping super chats. Not that we're complaining, because cancer sucks. The big ones for you, Dave. Here you go.
That's not what it looks like.
Artrail 27. How are you doing? Let's see here. Lee P and the Sprongs. Hello from the UK. Well, welcome. We will get to a show here very shortly, I swear. Let's see here. Who else we got to say hello to? We'll make sure everybody gets a hello. Sorry. New member, Izzyverse. Thank you for becoming channel member. We appreciate you, sir. Dead Man Comic Shows dropping that 20 months. Yeah, where does time go? I know it's crazy like that. Let's see here. I'm gonna say the Collector P. Hello, Rob Fast X. Well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Colossus Collector dropping at $6.99. Are my poverty Canadian shekels good here? Absolutely. I am not the government of America. I love my Canadian neighbors. All right. So let's get you this one.
That beautiful bean footage.
John Comics with Kids. Hello, all. Was checking out his show earlier today from his garage. Let's see here. Jaguar. Hello, everyone. Papa drops in, says still 35 cents again. Jeez, let some other people on the show. Just kidding. Excellent. All right. Well, Papa, here you go. Brian Wells swinging by says, OnlySlabs, my favorite. Well, thank you, sir. And let me say that you're one of my favorite comic book vendors to visit and spend money at, too. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. We go to say, TM Nerdy. Hey, Rob. Hey, Chris. Hey, Dave.
Hey, TM.
Let's see here. Who else we need to say hello to? David Clark. Good afternoon, gents. Happy Slabber Day, and to you. I'm pretty sure I said hello to Brock Morgan, but just in case. Oh, he had his phone upside down. Yeah. Jay Ward. Got a Batman 656. Excellent. Congratulations. Let's see here. Did we miss anybody's? I'm flipping through here real quick. I'll make sure we say hello, but we got to get going. Mickey Murray. Hi from Spain. Well, thank you for representing us. Spain. We haven't had somebody from Spain in a while join the channel. So I love it. Let's see here. Bo is mentioning it. 61 people are watching, but only 37 thumbs are up. Please help us out. It does help us in the replay algorithm for Comics During Cancer. Chonko Comics and Nerd Culture. Yo, guys. Well, hello. Austin LeMay. Hey, gang. What it do, comic book gurus? Right back at you there, buddy. And he's, of course, Razor's going to be kicking off a new show tomorrow on some collecting stuff. I'm going to try to swing by. Hopefully it works out. And I think we've said hello to everybody. That's awesome. If I missed anybody, I really apologize. We are behind, but I'm fine with being behind when it's because you guys are very generous of your support of our efforts here for Comics Curing Cancer. So I'm really excited. All right, let's get into the show. With that, Dave, let me bring you to the position of power. I'll make it big. I'll move Chris and I to the correct side of the screen where we're supposed to be. Now that we've got that, before you get started here, first of all, your camera is really focused on your Still Only 35-cent logo and not your face.
That was deliberate.
Oh, it is. Okay, fair enough. As long as it's called a soft lens
to
make sure that it smooths out the imperfections in your skin, I assume.
I'll do this and it works better, but that's scary for most of the folks at home.
Before we show the first book, really quick recap of your Cliff Notes comic book origin story when you stumbled upon this ring that was that floated to you from a spaceship that had crashed. Some weird alien died, I know, and this ring floated to you, and suddenly you possessed great powers of comic book collecting.
Right. So I have two origin stories. One, when I was a wee nipper, it was around something like 5. My dad owned a newsagent's, which is essentially a magazine, cigarette shop, you name it, right? Like a 7-Eleven type store. And I was just surrounded by comic books and picked up some comic books when I was a kid, and that's what got me into it. So started with UK magazines or UK comic books, and then transitioned very quickly to US books. Got out of it in my teenage years because I needed the money and sold everything.
The girls didn't think it was cool.
New Mutants 98, gone. And then off the shelf. So yeah. And then back in 2010, got back into it because my kids were having a birthday party and they loved the Marvel stuff. And I went to try and buy a comic thinking they would be cheap and found out that they weren't. And that was how I got the bug. So yes, I was surprised to find that comics that I used to own were ridiculously expensive. And that was even then, right? So that's how I came back from the dead. So I've sort of lived a collector's life, perished, and in true comic book fashion came back to life.
Right. No collection is ever truly dead.
No.
Or no collector is truly ever gone. They can always be retconned back into existence. Phenomenal.
I'm the Gene Grey.
I do want to point out how handsome Dave is wearing his favorite Canadian superhero on his t-shirt. Look at that.
Well, there is a reason for that. There is some books that may relate to that.
All right, more comics. That's right. Let's talk more comics. Let's go, baby. Let's do it.
All right. First one on the list, if it fits, is Love and Rockets #1.
Incredible. And how timely that we actually had a new issue of Love and Rockets drop this week for the first time in quite a while. Dave, we're going to do this right off the bat, man. You know when special books like Love and Rockets show up, would you mind reading us what's on the right side of the blue label?
I will do that for you. Introduction by Gary Groth, Gilbert Hernandez, back cover, and that's it. It doesn't have anything else. So no mention of any first appearances, which is bizarre. However, this is the third print, which apparently is really so it's the third print. There are
so it's not really first appearances because the first appearances were in the first printing.
Well, that's what maybe the label doesn't have it at all, right? But regardless, great to have.
No, absolutely, that's a great cover.
Yeah, it's one of the great premiere covers of independent comics. Love and Rockets one.
Oh, look at that
and the back
cover.
Yeah, look at that. So yeah, again got into Love and Rockets very recently, thanks to John and Richard at Bronze and Modern Gods. They have been selling Love and Rockets for the longest time, so I had to dive in. But yeah, a great book.
It's the first appearance of the third print. That is true.
It is.
And you know what? Like, let's just appreciate that grade as well. 9.6. Look at all the dark colors, like on the corners, the spines, and everything there. That could just take that way down lower than what that 9.6 actually is. Good for you, Dave. That's a great way to start the show.
Love that.
The audience is going wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect for this book.
Yeah, and I wanted to. So the first half will probably be a lot. I went for slightly more obscure, more interesting books because I, watch regularly. I just want to give people a little bit of something unusual where I can.
Nice.
So we'll go with. I showed the first issue of this last time. I thought today I'd share. So, Mighty World of Marvel, for those who don't know, is Marvel UK's first comic book. There were comic books or reprints of Marvel in the UK at that point, but this is actually from the Marvel UK team. Stan Lee set up an office in the UK, and this is the second issue. This comes with, inside this, a Spider-Man transfer, which is fully intact. So that's inside this book. My understanding is I think this might be most of the early first 20 issues were original pieces of art done by Jim Starlin as well.
For those younger set here who might be watching, the transfer we're talking about, this was a big deal. Like in the 70s and 80s, was you would take these things and you would put it on a white T-shirt and you'd iron and transfer on, and yet you had your new T-shirt. So for those were super popular, and it was an easy way to take an existing shirt, a simple, plain, cheap shirt, and make it into something cool you'd wear all the time. So for kids not to have ripped out the transfer from these things and had their mom iron on that transfer onto their shirt, that's quite impressive. I know if I was a kid and I had one, I'd been like, "Oh, yo, mom, let's do this."
Yeah, that's the trick with these UK books. They have a lot of these free gifts, and you generally don't find them with the free gifts. If you do, as I say, is great. The other thing that's great about this, which I think our Spidey friends will really appreciate. Ooh.
Kind of a little take on the AF-15 cover.
No, it's the original Steve Ditko art that they didn't go with. They went with the other cover for I think the AF-15. Yeah, so this is the alternative art. So
it was the king. Let's be honest, right? So but yeah, that's a fun cover. Now, Dave, what's the year of release for this?
1972.
Okay, so 72 is when they set up shop in the UK.
That's correct. Yeah, history was born in the UK at the very least. So it's still going. I think Marvel UK is still going now, but it's not an office like it used to be then. It was like essentially two separate offices with like a UK team. The US team would send art to the UK, so they weren't really artists in the UK until the 80s.
The UK gets backup covers.
Exactly. Want to see what's next? All right, that's that one. Staying with UK books, I know a lot of you love your Captain America. I thought it would be good to show the first time Captain Britain and Captain America battled.
Was that in 1776?
It was in 1977, but close.
1812. Yeah.
201 years later. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So
I do like that Captain Britain is wearing the red coat. That's very, very appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this one was good. I've got the original art of the first page by Herb Trimpe that they battled together. But I thought this was a good because there is, it's a good sort of view of yes, they battle, but they become best buddies.
Mm-hmm. Of course,
as they always do.
It's very much the story of the UK and America.
Yeah. Well, any sort of team up book as well. Like, let's have a fight, let's make up, and then let's fight the villain.
Captain Francis off the cover.
Dave, just for perspective, this looks like it's obviously a magazine size book.
Yes.
Do you happen to put the last book up just to show us the size difference between the Captain Britain book that you have and that one? Yeah.
They're the same. They should be the same. But yeah.
Okay. Well,
so they're magazine size and they're sitting magazine slabs. So.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's that one. We're on a UK tear, which Mark at Legion of Comics is probably going, well, why is these UK books? But they're quite interesting. Doctor Who Weekly.
Yes.
This is when the Marvel UK's teams had actual artists. So these feature original strips, which then were imported to the US. So what you see in Marvel Premiere started out in these books.
Yes, why when we denote the Marvel Premiere as like the first appearance in American comics type thing versus the just first time period and stuff. But of course, this being one of the most famous doctors of all time. Many people growing up, it was their doctor and their favorite doctor of all time. Although I think now there's some, even though there's a great nostalgia piece for him, there are a couple of the modern doctors that have given a little bit of a run for the money in the hearts of fans.
Yeah, agreed. It does have the transfers too, which is
the oldest question. Yeah, what's the?
Well, yeah, it is the older question. But yeah, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Very good reference.
All right. Whiz through these.
I'm all for these rare historical books. Also, many UK books give Rob a proper semi. I'm happy for Rob.
Come on, man.
So let's go. Let's go.
That Dan's not a fan apparently of the modern Who.
Ah.
Yeah. There you go. That's fair. Everyone can have their opinions. That's what's great about this world.
Sticking with sci-fi.
Oh my.
I thought it was appropriate to put Sulu with Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah, so yeah. William Shatnered myself.
Well done, boys. Well done. Okay.
9.6.
9.6.
But it's only the 30-cent version. Come on,
it's only the 30-cent version.
Why not the 35-cent version?
I had a friend who had one, and he sold it on Heritage about 3-4 years ago. But yeah, I've seen one. Never owned one. And this book annoys me because I've submitted this twice to try and get a 9.8.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's stuck.
This particular issue itself, like this book singularly, you've submitted a couple times.
Yeah, this book I pressed it twice to try it. It looks brilliant, but I'm convinced it's a 9.8. They're not.
And of course, they give you 0 graders notes as to what's going on, as to why. Thank you so much for that, guys. So we appreciate it. Chris, Star Wars books have come down a little bit.
Okay.
They're not quite as ridiculous as they were, say, 5 years ago. But a 9.6 copy here of the 30-cent variant, not one of the reprints. What would you think you would have to pay to acquire yourself one of these today?
And I'm glad you said the 30-cent variant, because God knows Star Wars 1 has so many different so many different legs that you can travel down to try and get a copy, like even a Canadian price variant. I gotta admit, Star Wars 1 is one that's kind of away from me since the big COVID bubble, when I remember it just being monolithic. I see Morgs is saying 300, Space Case is saying 800, Brock Morgan is questioning 400, Kingdom of Nerds is at 7, and that's kind of where I was too. I was kind of at around 700, but yeah, I'm okay. Let's I'm gonna go that way. I see Jay Knows the Way is 750 and Papa Wheelie's 301 because Bob Barker's doing his thing here. But yeah, I'm gonna go 700.
So this year, in a 9.6, we have seen sales range from a low of 750 to a high of 950, with a sale just a couple days ago at $875.
Okay, so I was a little south. So Dave, don't be offended.
You're south of the last. You're south of the last, but I mean, I think you should be able to expect on this book, depending upon page condition, whatever else, 750 to 950 is the range essentially for this book right now and there's quite a few data points this year for this book in a 9.6. There's at least 7 sales this calendar year. So
okay,
it's pretty solid stuff.
Let's ask Dave this. Dave, now you mentioned that you've cracked this and you've pressed it a couple times. Did you pick it up originally slabbed or did you pick it up raw?
I picked it up raw originally. Okay. I've slabbed it twice to try and get it. Yeah.
All right. But you think that's it now? You're done? Like
I think I'm done. I had 2 of them. Sold one during pandemic.
Yep.
And they were both ended up being 9.6s. So I sold a 9.6. So I knew how much the price. Like then it was 1.5, right?
Right.
Ridiculous money. So I luckily got rid of one of them, but I tried to crack them both to get them to 9.8 because that jump to 9.8 is ridiculous.
Right now, running about $2,400 right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Wow.
So it's worth trying it if it's that much of a jump.
As long as it doesn't drop to a 9.4, which would lose you about $400 down to about $500.
Come on, Rob.
That is serious rolling of the dice right there.
Okay. Anyways, all right.
Anyway,
thank you.
All right, the Star Wars 1.
Now to a galaxy a little bit closer to us.
No, we're still going to stay there.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna do Star Wars from the UK.
Star Wars Weekly, nice.
Now this is a first. Look at that logo; it's a little bit different too.
Mm-hmm. So, and you get a free paper or cardboard X-wing.
Nice.
That would have been out of that magazine.
I've got a whole book of those cardboard punch outs.
There you go. That's
wow.
Look at it. Doesn't look like any X-wing I've ever seen. Let's be honest. This thing.
Oh.
Let me zoom in so you can see it. It's. Can you see that? Maybe not. Oh, because of the focus. But yeah, it's not a great looking spaceship.
Hey, you know what? Back then we didn't care. We had imagination. It could fill in the gaps pretty well.
This was in February 78, so you can. There's a bit of a gap, and I love the fact that it's got a Micronauts ad on the back too.
Nice.
So, but yeah, Star Wars Weekly #1, and again, tough book to get into high grade because of the black.
Yeah, just like his cereal back in the day. He only bought it for the toy surprise in the inside.
There you go. All right, we're going to stay in space.
I like that. I've tend to like a few space books here and there.
Oh,
now I challenge anyone to find this one.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I'm going to let.
I was just watching an episode of this the other day on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's and it's Charlton as well, which is the other thing that I love about this. God's lips on fire.
He usually is.
So, Dave, what's the release for this Charlton book?
When it was released, 1976, May 1976.
Okay.
And this, yes, it's, as I remember, it's John Byrne art.
Wow.
So another
From
old
humble
slab as
beginnings.
well.
Very
So
nice.
I bought this off Comic Link, I think, for next to nothing back in the day. And yeah, treasure it because it's that great as well. In Charlton books in particular, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would venture to guess, just because of the title of the property, it's probably not that too expensive of a book.
No, I don't think so.
But it's a fun book, obviously, especially for those with the nostalgia bug to watch some of that stuff. So
it's funny. I bought it not for the nostalgia bug because I wasn't I watched it as a kid because it was a UK series, but I was more interested in the fact that John Byrne did the art and story. So I was like, that was the hook for me. And then I went back and started looking at other Space 1999 stuff. So
wow, here's a book that's just so you guys have reference. There's like 0 recent sale. The only sale is on cover price, which is not the greatest tool. Though I don't need lectures from folks. It's just the tool I'm using. There's a 9/8 sale in 2022. That's it. Other than that, there's been like some raw sales for like, a fine for $15.
Yeah. Oh, but there you go. As I say, Space 1999.
I love it. It's just so funny that there was a whole recently I went over to Amazon Prime and a whole bunch of those just came up in my feed. It was like that the whole era of stuff, Space 99 and the Stingray and Thunderbirds and some of this other stuff is just like came up my
really good. All right, we're gonna space it out again. Another one of my favorites.
Yes. It's
ROM.
It's been a while since we've had ROM 1 on here. But yeah, that's to me that's an iconic cover as well.
Oh, it's so good. Frank Miller, right?
Yeah, and I can remember this series just chugging along, and that they weren't afraid to bring ROM into the normal comic universe, and that he was a part of different times. I wish they would bring ROM back somehow. But yeah, that's it's an interesting toy line that they brought in and that actually crossed over into normal storytelling.
There is 2 of them up there, the actual toys as well.
I'm a little jelly. I got to tell you, Dave, I'm a little jelly now. But yeah, that's great. I'm gonna have to ask you, Dave, what's on the right side of the blue label there?
Origin and first appearance of ROM, first appearance of Brandy Clark, and the Dire Wraiths.
Yeah, ROM the Space Knight. Awesome.
There he is. All right.
9.8.
9.8, yeah.
Incredible.
Showed this recently, but I wanted to share it on OnlySlabs for those that may not have seen it. This is Our Love Story issue 5. 9 points. I'm getting into my romance. And this is the romance book I think you have to own.
I'm starting to see a few more collectors here and there starting to go back and revisit the romance era books and stuff, which I think for a long time were left abandoned. So right now, I think really the only genre I haven't seen any collectors really making any kind of real push at is still the poor cowboy Western books. But yeah, not obviously still not a big, huge segment of the community, but I have noticed a few more collectors showing off the occasional romance book from time to time.
Well, you don't get a book that's got John Romita story and cover, and then Jim Steranko doing a story in it. Like it's such a departure for both of them. So it's great to have, even just as a piece of history. So that's why I wanted this one.
The dude on the cover kind of looks like
Steranko.
Peter Parker with just a longer sideburn
and a Superman curl.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Yeah, they just Romita was just prolific in the romance stuff. So You know, he just
different show, is he? Different show.
My heart broke in Hollywood. Well, hashtag me too.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, if you like Jim Steranko, you have to get this. It's such a good book.
A lot of love in the very cool cover indeed. Absolutely. Well, there we are.
Sorry.
Slow down. And a 9 freaking 8. Look at you.
And Mr. Claremont,
That's
who
right.
created him and also introduced him in the US. So it had to happen.
Is there a creator that doesn't sign over the trade dress more than Chris Claremont? Or Claremont just right away trade dress.
He doesn't. We will come to that, Chris.
Okay.
Because there are some other signed books from Mr. Claremont. There are instances where he doesn't sign the trade dress.
Okay.
He doesn't like it, but there are instances.
It seems to be his go-to, though.
It is his go-to, yes.
Yeah.
To face the logo, not the art.
Right.
So
yeah, I can respect that. Now that you put it that way, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Well, I will say
does.
This book is a great book to show on this show, just because pretty soon we'll be doing our first giveaway, and there is a copy of this book in the giveaway bin. Just saying.
Oh, you already put me in a bad mood.
Wasn't that on Spidey stream last week? I thought.
Yeah. We that's where we oftentimes we vote to put books in. Yeah. So yeah. I recently come into a couple copies of this that we've earmarked for the giveaway bin. Yeah.
And John Byrne again.
Great segue.
How great this grade is. 9.8.
I don't know if you get much better there, Chris.
I was going to say for a 70s book and Marvel Team Up, which was often traded and everything because it was a very popular book. Good for you, Dave. That's a hell of a grade.
It's a great book. I had to get a 9.8 of this one. So.
Inflict pain on Chris, Rob's new motto.
It's not new.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Oh.
All right. Big story on this one. It's not a particular key issue, but it has something unique about it. Do you gentlemen want to have a guess?
First Spider-Man book you ever read?
Nope. Rob? Look at the price.
Oh, is this the first 35-cent book in the series?
This is a 35-cent variant. So they're usually traditionally 30 cents.
30 cents.
So this is my one and only 35-cent
variant. Of course, this would be from when they were doing their test markets.
Correct. Yeah.
Go into a small couple states and put out a book at a different price to test to see what the impacts were to sales, to see if they would dramatically have issues and potentially be able to raise pricing.
Yeah. And story behind this one. I was in California.
A fold out Spider-Mobile.
I was in California there was a comic shop in Mountain View, right? And tiny with a little dollar bin, going through the dollar bins, found two copies. One was the 30 cents, one was the 35 cents together.
Did they have them tagged same price?
They didn't know. They just put them as the same price. They didn't know. They marked them as fine. Like they had like this little label and it was like, they marked them as fine. And I looked at them and I'm like, these are not fine. They're not.
Someone's just being lazy.
And I didn't realize when I picked it up, right? So I was just, I'll just pick both of them because they looked in good condition. Got home, checked it and was like, oh my God, that's a 35 center. And just submitted it to CGC. I was thinking it was going to be like a VF. So it'd sit around about 8.5 and then it hit this. So a 35 cent, there's not that, well, they're very, very rare to get these. So
now you have to send me the name of this shop. I want to go up the street and go visit this shop and see like anything else. These lazy bastards.
But no, as I say, I've got two, and I keep the other copy with the price sticker with this on the shelf, so it actually reminds me of the story.
Nice,
So,
that's awesome.
It's a great book.
All right, let's do one more, then let's do a giveaway. How's that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just. All right.
Oh,
it's still only 35 cents, so it has to be a still only 35 cents. Micronauts #1, signed by Mr. Michael Golden.
Yeah, when I think of Michael Golden, I gotta admit, Micronauts is the first thing that comes to mind. Some people might say spaghetti webbing or whatever, but yes, I think of Micronauts.
Yeah, first 12 issues, right? Was Golden.
Yeah, that's such a special book. If you're Generation X, like this is such a special book.
I thought it would be a nice way to sort of end the first half with that one, because it is, as you say, a special book for most people, and it was quite apt having the Micronauts ad on the back of that Star Wars book. And filling this out.
That's great. Excellent. Another book that you can win from the giveaway bin.
There you go. I'm setting you up for success, Rob, today.
Somebody here could win these books you're seeing here. See them live and win your own. Phenomenal. And with that, let's go ahead and bring in this perfect segue to our hashtag for the giveaway, hashtag 35 cents. Go ahead and put that in the chat there. We're going to go ahead and be spinning this in just a moment, and it'll randomly pull one lucky winner to get 7 pulls from our short box full of keys and variants and such here in just a moment. But while that's going on and you guys are doing that, Dave, what is coming up for you over on the still only 35 cent YouTube channel?
Right. So I just literally this weekend, just before this show, crossed my 2,000 subscriber mark. So I will be running, thank you, I'll be running a giveaway, 2,000 subscriber giveaway, which is going to be themed somewhat. All is welcome, and I'll be posting that video. And then usual stuff, I'll do my Monday show, which is the Merry Monday Mail Call show with a whole bunch of different hauls. And that's, those are the two things. That's all
awesome.
For me.
All right, you guys, make sure you guys check him out and give him a subscription if you're not following him already. Still only 35 cents on YouTube and on Instagram. Links down below. Chris, what's up on the Comic Vet channel?
Well, I just dropped my latest new comic book day haul video that I like to call I Spent How Much? And that was a fun one. I kind of go on a little mini rant like sometimes I often do. But I kind of did it on a series that I was praising just a short while ago. This Monday, I'm hoping to release a retailer pack opening, so keep an eye out for that. And Wednesday, as always, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the live new comic book day hangout. I like to call Show Us What You Got. Open invitation to anyone in the community. Come on, show the books that you picked up and support a small business, or books that you just picked up recently for your own PC. Thank you, Rob.
Excellent. All right, I see just about almost everybody has entered. I'll give you guys a few moments longer. Again, we do ship internationally at no cost. So if you haven't entered your hashtag yet because you're international, you think that I'm not going to ship to you, well, you're wrong. Enter away. While you're entering that hashtag 35 cents, let's go ahead and say thank you to all the henchmen who are channel members at the $2.99 a month level. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit it right now, and because we got 67 out of 65. That's just amazing. Here we go.
Wheel
of fish. Chuck Hensey, congratulations. All right, Chuck, we're going to be pulling some books for you. Matter of fact, Dave, you're going to be pulling the books for Chuck. So I need you're going to be pulling 7 books total.
Yep.
Either we're going to pull 1 through 10 from the front, number 1 through 10 from the back, or we do back to front action. Either way, then you'll tell me whether I take the front book, the back book, or both books.
All right. Let's do the Finger of Doom, which I always prefer. Stop. Front and back for Cliff.
Both. It also speeds things up. I like that.
Stop. Front.
Both. Front.
Stop. Front and back.
Okay, and 2 more books. This time we're going to go front to back.
So let's do the last one and the first one.
Okay.
I'm nothing if not efficient, Rob.
I had to hide that one. I was going to show off what it was. All right. I can move this back up so I can talk now. And let's see here what we got here. Oh, that's nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite part of the show, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Dave.
Interesting.
Keep that up. You're going to owe me a beer.
All right.
Rob, I want to spotlight Bat Dan, who's kind enough to give us a £1.99 super chat. That is terrific. I'll pull my hands back here. Bat Dan, that's very kind of you. Thank you for supporting C3 for 2025.
Yeah, this one's for you, sir. And Artrell, who followed it up with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, this one's for you, sir.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
And welcome, Son of a Bruce, back to the channel membership. Thank you so much for rejoining. We appreciate you, sir. All right. Here are the books for Chuck Hensey. First out of the box is just Nightwing 118. Falling Graysons, part 5 of 5.
I'd like to randomly jump off buildings too and strike that pose.
Yeah, here we go. How about Justice Society of America? First appearance of Cyclone and Liberty Bell, first cameo of Tomcat, and the first cover appearance, not inside the book though, is Citizen Steel.
Very nice. Thanks for joining us, MJ.
Let's see here. We have Superman Adventures, issue number 1. We have Hulk, still only 35 cents. Ooh. Issue 228, First Moonstone.
That'll make some of the chat happy. We got a still only 35 cents. Great title, great book. Good for you, Dave. Nice find.
How about some Marvel Triple Action, number 4, reprinting Fantastic Four 60.
That really shouldn't be enough.
You got Sword of Azrael, issue 1, the first appearance of Azrael.
Great cover.
And we have Black Goliath, issue 1, the second appearance of Black Goliath.
Holy cow!
Congratulations, Chuck. We'll be sending those books up to you. And yeah, we'll be giving away another block of 7 books at the end of the show. So make sure you guys are sticking around for that. Meanwhile, let's get back into some of these beautiful slabs. Dave, sir, how are you kicking off this second half?
Bit of ElfQuest.
Oh, yes.
Oh, geez. All righty then. Let's give it. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, that's spectacular. Yes. To me, this is the greatest independent series when it comes to true fantasy.
My internet's playing
published.
up.
Love it.
Chris is just saying the book's good.
Yeah.
That's called an understatement.
God knows how I feel about ElfQuest. And Wendy and Richard Penny are both incredibly nice people to meet. If any of you ever had the opportunity to meet that lovely couple, the creator of the ElfQuest saga from the 70s till today, don't miss out on that opportunity to meet them. They're very, very kind people. And if you pick up any one of their ElfQuest titles, you will not be disappointed, I promise. Especially the whole Cutter saga that Epic Comics reprinted in the 1980s under the Marvel banner. That is some of the best fantasy storytelling that you'll ever see. Yeah, ElfQuest, Dave, good for you. 9.6 for that classic, hard-to-find book. That is tremendous.
My internet's all...
Yeah, well, there we go, folks. And Dave is right back at it then. Well, Dave is hey, here he is, maybe. Yeah, he's having internet issues. Well, while Dave does that here, we'll give him a moment to get that sorted out. I'll go ahead and say, are you back?
Dave, can you hear us?
Oh, no.
Apparently not. I'll give him a moment here. Well, meanwhile, I'll say thank you to the Goon Squad members of the channel membership, DJ Links.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
You can hear me. Good. All right.
Yes.
I'm trying to my internet keeps going up and down, so apologies. So I'll move to the next book, shall I?
That's fine. Yes. We'll revisit the Goon Squad members later.
All right.
There you go. I hear they made a movie out of this.
They did. And you'll know everything now, with exception to one or two books, is all signed. So that's the new theme. So I'm lucky enough to have this one signed by Perez, Rubenstein, and Stalin.
Awesome. That's just awesome.
Had to show that one because I haven't previously anywhere. So this is a if you love the MCU, you've got to have this book, I think.
Yes, the infinite fisting. I mean, gauntlet.
Indeed.
Izzy says that you found his copy. He dropped it on the con floor. Please send it back.
This was a 9.6 and I got to a 9.8, by the way.
And for those that can remember when obviously Captain America Solo stood up to Thanos, there is a scene that's depicted in this miniseries. If you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't read the Infinity Gauntlet, you're going to want to read that, and you will completely understand the whole Captain America Solo standing up to Thanos, and then what Captain America actually says to him.
Yeah. It's a great. It's got a host of really good scenes. The whole thing.
Yeah.
So 6 issues.
Snap.
But yeah,
put the TV 14 logo back. No, we're good. Comic Ozzy, hello.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Next, I'm really going all in on the list.
Power Pack. Wow.
Whoa, that's great.
Wow. I don't know if we have had Power Pack on before.
I'm not sure. I do know.
I think we've had it once.
Chris from Retro Rocket Comics considers this one of the biggest sleeper investment books out there right now. And I agree with him. As someone that read multiple issues of Power Pack growing up, that if somehow they introduce Power Pack and they package it right and set it up for younger viewers, this could become a big time book. Big time book.
Yeah. And it's a great title. Like Louise Simonson wrote really great, and June Brigman on art. It's just a really good book, especially the first set of issues. It really lost its way towards the end, but it was a great title originally. So yeah, big fan.
Thank you to Razor Comics for the $2 super chat, helping us to support
Way to
our
go, Ray.
fight against cancer, comics curing cancer. Razor, this one is for you, sir. Nucking Foot says, "Isn't Power Pack an attachment thing that goes on the N64?" I think that was the Rumble Pack.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, there's your Power Pack. I know I get accused of always focusing on Marvel, so no, I don't.
There it is. Look at
There
that.
it is.
Now,
Mr. Perez.
this is quickly becoming one of the more popular books that gets shown on our little show here. It's just a lot of people have a lot of love for George Perez, but it seems like a lot of people have a great amount of love for the new Teen Titans.
Yes.
Appearance. Yeah.
Yeah, the new Teen Titans definitely got a lot of people got super excited. Of course, this is not a book that people think of when you're just flipping through books. If you're not aware of it, it's not something that they realize, that there's so many key first appearances in this book. Just kind of off to the side note. Oh yeah, by the way, there's this other stuff going on in this book type thing. So yeah, it flew under the radar and still continues to fly under radar, I think, quite a bit. It's a very affordable book to add to your collection of keys. So by all stretches of the imagination, if you are a fan of the Teen Titans, the new Teen Titans, it's a book to keep your eye out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's one of those where it's a bit of a sleeper, right? And then when they get it right, you're staying in your stand. If you get it right, if they get it right, this book is going to just explode. And I was on the hunt for the longest time to get a Perez signed copy. That for me was the key signature to get. I'm going to try and get Marv Wolfman this year as well to sort of
good for you. Yeah, good for you.
Nice.
And Starlin, and Jim Starlin too, because he also is on this issue. So, all right, Chris, you mentioned Claremont's signature.
Now, this is a rare Claremont signature. I don't care what anyone says.
You mentioned Claremont's signature. He does sign.
Yeah. One of the rare times that you don't have Claremont's name across the trade dress itself. Now, Dave, did you get Claremont yourself, or did you pick this book up afterwards? Did we lose audio, Rob?
No, I think it's just Dave.
Okay.
I'm having a major. I've put the hotspot on, so it should be better now.
Okay. Dave, I asked, did you get Claremont on this book yourself, or did you pick up the book already signed?
All of these are mine. I went and met him. Yeah.
Very good.
So this
good
is
for you.
Yeah.
And again, such an important book to the history of the X-Men as well, Days of Future Past.
Yeah, and I don't like that he actually signed on the art this time.
Oh, really?
This is one of the few where he does sign on the. Yeah, he doesn't sign. Hasn't signed on the logo, but yeah, I'm happy that this is a classic book. If you're an X-Men fan, you got to have this book. So.
Agreed.
Next, we're going to go with Spec Book of the Week.
Yeah, it might have died down a little bit, but
a little bit.
But man, was that book on fire for a while, huh?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And this
is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. I wonder, Dave, if you would have let this go in the total height of speculation versus where we are at the moment. Because, hey, Dazzler Spec, this most recent wave wasn't the first time we had Dazzler spec.
No.
But like, would it have been 4 figures at its height? You think, Rob?
I don't think so, but
I think it might have been. But I tell you what, I could never sell it.
Oh,
I can't sell it. I can't. These books, They're not for sale. These are mine. They'll go to my grave. My X-Men run is like, yeah, no. So I didn't even look at the prices, Chris. I was like, there's no way this is getting sold.
Okay. Was this a book that you cracked and had signed, or was this raw? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a 9.8 before you got Claremont to.
No.
Type.
Oh, again, this is another one of those rare. One of those that I. When you say cracked, I actually got more and then had graded.
And came back in 9.8. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Good for you. I have my own copy, and I picked it up at a garage sale for $0.25. And I recently had it cleaned and pressed and got it slabbed at Heroes Con. And it came back at 7.0, and I was over the moon. But looking at a 9.8, like that, I can tell there's a big difference between mine and yours.
Yeah, I was trying to look at this one up, and for whatever reason, I don't know why Cover Price doesn't want to bring up this series.
Okay.
I'm spelling it wrong.
Maybe the chat can let us know if someone has access to it. Ready for the next one?
The problem is that they start making weight. Okay, now I finally get that series comes up. Now I just get to the fucking issue. Pardon my French. This was what 130,
137, I believe.
130. What? No, 130.
130. All right, Well, let's just move along. This is just not working out.
All right. Here's one for Chris.
Yeah, and I feel like my life is chaos in Canada every day lately, but and more than just one way other than the weather, which happens to be going on the cover here. But yeah, that's if you are an Alpha Flight fan, this is a book that you're going to need to have in your collection. Dave, would you mind reading us the right side of the yellow label, sir?
Yes, sir. First appearance of Alpha Flight in cameo. Sunfire, Mariko Yoshida, Misty Knight, and Colleen Wing appearance. And it's still only 35 cents as well, which is another reason why.
Can we give some love to the person who signed it in silver on that bottom corner there?
You're talking about Stan Lee
and the man?
Yeah. Stan Lee and Chris Claremont, which is, It was originally, I think, Stan Lee only, and then I added Chris.
Okay.
Dave, what's your favorite X-Men cover?
It's coming.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll stand by for that one. I did get the data finally to come up. Okay. So the interesting piece on that Dazzler, we'll just do this real quick. Peak sales of that book had peaked out at about $2,000 for this book in a 9.8. Right now, it's running at about last sold was $1,140. That was a couple of days ago. It's still a 4-figure book, but half, a little more than half of what it used to be. It's down about 40% over its peak, but it's back to where it was essentially pre rumor mill. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm always surprised we don't see more of Alpha Flight. Great team, absolutely.
Yeah. I wanted to share this one because it's got a very interesting Chris Claremont signature. It's still only 35-cent book, but he did a whole range of different colored signatures depending on the book.
He's a bet.
Okay.
So I wanted to share these because these are a little bit of an outlier from what I've seen from like these were done through I think through CGC signature series signing. when they did it, and he just did a whole bunch of these over the trade dress in the colors that seem to go with the title. I really like this. Like, it feels almost Clayton Crane-esque. So wanted to share those with everyone because they're really nice.
Your Canadian agent, TM Nerdy, has confirmed that you're going to make another appearance on OnlySlabs again in the future. That's very nice of your agent to confirm that for you.
Why is that?
I mean, Dave's always welcome back on the show. We know he has plenty of books, but I didn't know that TM Nerdy was your agent.
Me neither, but good on him. Papa will probably tell me to get off the screen, as you know, right? So another one of those sort of beautiful red ones. I like this.
Now on sale monthly.
Yeah. I really like this cover. Again, when you think about what happens with Wolverine later on, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like, what is this? Like, no, I'm blocking your magnetic powers by putting up an X. I mean,
it's like just get on with it and rip the adamantium out, will you? So I always found this book a little bit strange.
I never really was an X-Men guy. I never read it really much, but I mean, up until that point when that happened, just out of curiosity, did they ever really utilize that? The fact that he had metal in him and Magneto was there to throw him around or stuff much, or was somebody realized, well, shit, we've been writing this stuff for 20 years and all of a sudden we forgot we can rip the metal out of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, literally, there was a few instances, and you're right, Rob. They would either throw him around or he'd freeze him, right? So he wouldn't move like he does here. But they didn't, they consider, just rip it out of him. So but again, I love this run in particular because of the John Byrne art.
Yep.
And so there was a whole host of these that I wanted to show, but I'm like, I needed to cut it down for time because I've got 5 more, I think, to share.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to pick up the pace then.
Yeah, very quick. First, John Byrne, signed by Claremont.
John Comics with Kids approves of this with the storm on the cover.
Yes,
she's showing us her south end end of her train too while she's at it.
Yeah, it's a Cockrum cover and then John Byrne interior. So, isn't that great book? Talking of Cockrum,
wow.
There we go. Yeah, so again, another one of these that's raw, not signed. I'm going to get this signed, I think, by Claremont. Yeah.
How does he actually pull the metal out of the skin? Wouldn't he have to be able to hold the body in place to pull the metal out? Not necessarily, but you would think. I don't know.
Isn't this scene he lifts in the air and just?
It's comic books. How's that for an answer?
Yeah, there you go.
Be real.
All right.
Uh-oh. Yes. All right. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Did you see it?
I'm ready.
Well, you can't have this one without this one.
Yeah! Yeah! Woo, 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 woo! Slow down!
I thought I'd throw the custom label.
9.0. Nice.
Yeah. With custom label. It's the custom label that makes it.
Yeah. That X, the X in the white square is so cool.
Yeah. For the longest time, I wanted this book, even when I was a kid, and when I finally found one that I was able to get graded that was high enough grade for what I needed. So, it's a tough book.
Awesome.
All right, so we have a request to play Guess That Value there, I guess, on that one.
On this one.
Yeah, so there you go, Chris.
Oh,
you already know what the question is there.
What's this?
Giant size X-Men number 1.
Is it more than a brand new Corolla? Like
in a 9.0. Our regular cover.
Yeah.
Just for caveat's sake, there. I will give you only this much information that my lowly 4.0 is recently sold for $1,400. So that is your only frame of reference. A 9.0.
So wait.
Yes.
What was you said your grade was? A 4.0?
A 4.0.
And it went for how much?
$1,400 this month.
Okay, I'm seeing some numbers rolling in. I'm thinking you guys are kind of south.
And 9.0, we have a sale also this month that I'm looking at right now on the board here. Take a guess.
Okay.
Hold still, Dave, while you wait for this one.
Yeah, Dave is deep in thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
It's all right.
numbers between 35 to 42 to 40. Yeah, 55, 60. I'm a little bit higher than what that. See, Jason saying the book has dropped a lot, like a lot of books, but it's still a big book at that grade. I was thinking 75, but since Jay said that, I'm gonna go 65.
So on March 3rd, we had a sale at $4,151.
Oh, man.
And we have been seeing sales. That's a new high for the calendar year. At least, again, this is using the tool that I have in front of me, not necessarily the best tool, just a tool. According to the cover price, we have had multiple sales of this grade this calendar year. All of them were south of 4,000. This was the first one. That sales in 2024 were anywhere from $3,700 to $4,500. So it's treading water for the most part in that realm. But yeah, it's going to run you around $4,000-ish dollars for the book. So that just tells you, again, look at the nexus of value in reality. Think about that. A 9.0 at $4,000. The 4.0 was just sold for $1,400. So you're getting a lot more book here at a 9. And granted, there's a lot more money dollar wise, but it's still it's not a linear scale at all. Not even close. Now the 9.0, you start to you get a little bit incremental still from the 9.0, 9.2, 9.4. Then you just watch out, boys and girls. You go nuts for the 9.6 and the 9.8. It just accelerates like there's no tomorrow. But phenomenal. Awesome.
Great. Two more. You asked for my favorite cover.
Oh, you like the jazz hands.
I love the jazz hands.
Phenomenal.
Because of the first appearance of the Sentinels. It's and just Jack Kirby doing his thing.
Wow. Look how bright that color still is. I do want to recognize Chonko's Comics and Nerd Culture for giving us the $1.99 super chat.
Did I miss one? Sorry.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for supporting the 2025 campaign of Comics Curing Cancer.
This one's for you there.
That beautiful bean footage.
All right. Kirby hands. We love it.
Love it. Last one.
Mark says, hey, that's my favorite too. Very good, Dave.
Awesome. All right. This is recent. This is a recent pickup. Recent pickup for you. Needed to go out with a bang.
Oh my God! No! No! Shut the front door. No way. Seriously? Shut the front door. Shut the front door.
So you got one and you helped Czars get one.
Correct.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, the X-Men broker is here. We're going to start calling you the professor.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's a comic. Jesus, a 6.5.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. UK price variant too.
Oh, yes. Nice.
So, yeah. My list of getting the issue ones continues. I'm slowly but surely getting there. So I thought I showed off ASM last time, showed off Hulk last time. This is the new part of the family. So
yeah. Well, soon we'll see when you get your ASM #1 Pence variant.
no, I've got that one. It's the AF-15. I'm still. It's AF-15 and Avengers #1 of the two.
Oh, AF-15. Okay, Mr. Snooty Snoot.
Yeah.
Hey, did you purposely seek out the Pence version for this issue?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm deliberately doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Really, because I still think they're undervalued, dramatically undervalued, given the print runs and the fact that they're printed at the same time. I think everyone's missing a trick. So at some point there'll be recognition of it.
Right.
Oh, is it 9? Is it 9 pence? Yeah.
9D. Is it 9D? Yeah, 9D.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very
But I've again wanted this book for the longest time, and to actually now own it is great. So
that is phenomenal. Excellent, sir. Thank you so much. That is an incredible book. Appreciate you bringing that on to share with us. I just realized I was not ready with the giveaway for this, so I need to do that real quick here. Well, we return us back to our normal broadcast schedule here. Let's just do. I'll be lazy. Yeah, we'll do that one. Share my screen. Let's do it and select that one. Yep. And here you guys go. We'll do a hashtag OnlySlabs. We'll be lazy. Chris guessed wrong, but that's okay. Hashtag fake out. I like that one. Wellbore. Very good.
Thank you.
So we'll do that, and we'll be pulling another 7 books from the giveaway bin. I guarantee you there's not an X-Men 1 in here. So sorry. Not even a facsimile. So for myself, coming up on the channel this week, Monday video is in the can for channel members already, and will be out as usual Monday mail haul as I go down get 2 slabs in this Monday mail call from a comic book legend. And then, of course, this week's Thursday video actually will have one, as I received an order I don't even know I ordered. It's like an order I placed 2 years ago. Book showed up. I didn't know I ordered it. I forgot about it. Who does that? We'll find out on Thursday. Anyways, and then, of course, we'll be back here next week for another episode of OnlySlabs. We'll be joined by the patron of comic art. So expect a lot of original comic book art. If you're into comic book art, that's going to be the show to watch. All right. You guys are entering your hashtags. Great. 68 out of 82 already. Let me go ahead and go back to real quick the Goon Squad members. We have to recognize DJ Link, Stephen C, Legion of Comics, Dale of Suspense, Dr. Von Hoot, Justin Birch, Circumstances, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad, Spidey, Collecting with Thurs, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comiverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, Timo Hanna, Still Only 35 Cents, Cliff on Comics, Spirited Comic Bro, Never Could Figure It Out, The Adventurous Joe, Valenrock, Jay Knows the Way, Ronnie Johnston, Omnibo, 1063 Comics, and Silver Eagles. Thank you guys all for being members at that Goon Squad level. And we'll be doing something new I'm going to be doing for the channel members here pretty soon. Actually, I'm going to start doing on one Thursday a month. I'm going to start to do a short channel member live on Thursday afternoons, early evening for those on the East Coast, where probably be towards the beginning of the month, where we'll actually, amongst other things, we'll do the Henchman of the Month selection during that show. But we'll chat, give you guys a chance to ask questions. We'll kind of see where it goes, but they won't be long. They're not going to be long rambling shows. We're going to keep it short and concise, but a little something separate, special, just for the channel members. So thank you guys all for that. All right, I'm cognizant of time. We got 85 out of 7, or we got 74 out of 85. So last chance to get that hashtag OnlySlabs in. We're going to draw from the box here in just a second. Thanks again, every single one of you guys, with your very generous super chats, and special thanks to Dave with his monstrous super chat. Of course, you can also, you don't have to wait for super chats. We do love it. It does help with all of our logistics for Comics Curing Cancer, but you can also set up donations at comicscuringcancer.org. You can select a regular donation there, or you can make a recurring donation even now, thanks to the new website. We got some cool ideas we're going to do with that website, including having a few items up that'll be some buy it now things that we can sell on the website. And during the auction this year, one of the big changes that we've discussed is some of those really big items that we get in, which are really challenging for people to bid on, because in the past it's like you had to be watching during that 60 seconds that we put it up, and you had to watch all day to wait to see when it came out. We're going to be able to run online auctions from the website in parallel with our live auction, so we'll be able to put some of those bigger items up on the auction and have them available all weekend for people to bid on and have them resolve during the show. So more information about that as we get closer, but let's pull this trigger, ladies and gentlemen. Round and around, and where she goes, where she stops, well, the internet knows.
Watch your back.
Banger, Warlord. You're the winner. Congratulations, Warlord. Let's go ahead and see what we're getting you. Chris, would you please do the honors of pulling books for a Warlord here? Let me move the mic a little bit so you can see the book, sort of. There you go.
Okay, we're going for 7. Let's pull number 3 from the front.
Yep.
Let's let it ride. And stop. And those 2 fingers. Those 2 puncture fingers.
I knew what you meant, but that's okay.
All right.
2-finger pour.
Yep. Stop.
Jesus.
Stop. There we
All
go.
right.
Now watch your back.
Move this back right here.
Mrs. Von Hoots joined us. Welcome.
Did I count this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. First book up here, we've got Doc Savage, issue number 1.
Nice.
The Man of Bronze. Very cool. You get a modern book here. How about a variant there? Ultimate Spider-Man issue 2. Kirkham giving a little homage there to J. Scott Campbell.
Very nice. Showing some affection.
Sorry about laughter in the background. My favorite Star Wars series of all time. This is a phenomenal, and the basis of a lot of what Disney ended up doing, or could be hinted at, potentially, was Star Wars Dark Empire. We get Luke actually going to the dark side. We got cloned Emperor. Phenomenal story. This is also a key in that it's the first Dark Horse Star Wars comic.
Beautiful cover.
Great book.
Here we go. Superman Batman 22, first cameo of Batman Beyond outside of the animated universe. It's the Tim Drake is in the costume, but it's the first time he appears in the main continuity.
Very good.
Here we go. Everybody's favorite wrestler now on AEW. We got Speedball. The first Speedball and first Mark Bagley on a Spider-Man comic in the Amazing Spider-Man Annual.
Isn't that the first Penance, Rob?
Maybe. That's only all it's marked on the back is first Speedball. How's that?
No. Speedball famously becomes Penance.
Mm.
Yeah.
Black Panther issue number 2. This is a Bruce Timm variant. This is the second appearance of Okoye and the first cover appearance in this variant. The main A cover, she doesn't make a cover appearance yet, but makes the first cover appearance on this Bruce Timm variant. And then keeping with that Black Panther theme, we have Jungle Action 18, the first appearance of Madam Slay.
Wow.
Who votes to put these jungle actions in there? Like,
yeah, I know.
He should, like, on his shows say, that's a jungle action book. Rob, you should probably put that aside for Chris, or let him find out if he needs it on a checklist of jungle action books that he's been working on. But no, here we are giving them away.
That's what I do. Every week, folks. Every week we give away these books just because.
Every fucking week. Yeah. Yeah. Brock, you want my spot? Okay.
And that's going to do it for us this week on our episode of OnlySlabs. Thank you guys all so much for coming on out and joining us. We appreciate you every single week. Of course, next week, like I said, we'll have Patreon Comic Art. Then we'll actually take a week off as Dave and I go hit WinterCon, and Chris doesn't know what to do with himself on Saturday. But for some reason, his blood pressure will drop. Anyways, until next time, make sure you collect what you want to and don't listen to anybody, including me. I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.